In this lecture, we're going to go over how to install our theme, and then we will also go through the dashboard menu on the left to get more familiar with some of the aspects of it. What we're going to want to do here, since we cannot delete this last theme either, at least not yet, we can go to Add New at the top. After this page loads, we'll go to where it says Search Themes, and we'll type in Zerif, Z-E-R-I-F. And then the theme that we want will be this one right here, not Minimal Zerif, Zerif Lite. And we'll go hover over it and we'll click Install. After it says they're unpacking the package, installing the theme, and then it was successfully installed, you need to hit Activate to actually make it go into effect. After it is now into effect, we're going to hover over this one, the 2016 theme, click in the center of it, and then click Delete, like we did on the previous themes. That deletes the theme, so now we're only left with the Serif theme. Next, we're going to install this plugin that it recommends, and then you click on it and click Install. The plugin was successfully installed. Next, we're going to go over some of the aspects and elements of the dashboard on the left side. Here on the dashboard button, when we click on this, it'll take us to the home page that we logged in and saw. We're going to actually use this page in the future when we add a plugin. We'll get into plugins in an upcoming section. We'll refer back to this to check our Google Analytics. And Google Analytics is basically just tracking the stats of the website, seeing how many visitors come and things like that. Next, we'll go down to, we're going to skip over Jetpack because I'm going to end up uninstalling that plugin. This is the post page. We'll click on posts, and posts, as we saw before, we deleted the one post that was on the home page here. It was right in this section. Posts only apply to blogs. When you make a blog post, it means like you're posting an article. You're posting a new message that you want your viewers to be able to see. We'll go into more detail in posts in future WordPress tutorials. To add a new post, though, you would want to click Add New, and then title the post here, and then this is where your text would go in this body area. It's similar to writing a document on Microsoft Word. You would write a title, and then you would be able to bold it or italicize it. Use bullets, things like that. They make it very simple, and there are actually more options when you click on this button, the toolbar toggle. You can change the heading size, underline it, change the text color, make links. All different aspects are available in this section. And we'll get into that in more detail in future lectures. Next, we're going to go down to the media section. When you go down to the media section, you can add new elements where it says Add New. And you'll select whatever you want to add. This is usually for like pictures or audio, something like that. You can add video as well. But usually I think you most likely want to use just images in this section. That'll be the most common use for them. So you have to upload the image here onto the site, and then you can use it easily from there. Next, we'll go down to the Pages section. In the Pages section, pages are different than posts. Pages are what you would see when you have a menu at the top. For example, I'll show you if I click Add New, and let's just write home, and I'll just write home as the text. And then I'll just publish it for now. That's how you publish a page. And if you go back to our site and then you click refresh to look at how it looks now, you will see that there's our new theme that we just uploaded, and now it says home here. So when we go back, if you want to go into pages again, and then you want to delete this, you'll go click on it and hit trash to delete it. Just like the other things we deleted before, we're going to hit trash again. and then we're going to delete permanently. And if you go back and look now and you refresh it, there's no home tab at the top anymore. However, we do have this way more beautiful looking theme enabled now. I should also note that when we're logged in to the back end of the dashboard to make changes, we will see this bar at the top. But when we are logged out and we're viewing this from a different tab, we will not see this. It's only because we're logged in. No one else will be able to see this tab even when we are logged in, though. I just want to make that clear. So this will not normally be here, this black tab at the top. Next, we'll go to comments. In comments, I guess this is something we're going to touch on a lot more in the future, but this has to do with things related to blogging as well. Both the comments and the posts kind of go hand in hand, and you can decide which comments are approved and how the settings will be for that, and we'll cover that as well. The marketplace, we're going to skip by that because that's also a plugin we're going to uninstall, just like Jetpack. Appearance, this is one of the more important tabs on the page. When you go to Appearance, you have the option to customize, and this will take you to a new layout in the back end, and we can look at different aspects of the website and change them right here on the spot. For example, if we wanted to make changes to basically anything, social icons, we can put in our icons, and it says in the footer. The footer is at the bottom, like your feet are in the bottom of your body. Footer is here, so if I wanted to change something, I could. If I wanted to remove some of these links, let's say, because I would rather just have Facebook and Twitter, and I save and publish. Now look, these are the only two links here, Facebook and Twitter. If I want to add LinkedIn, I can add my LinkedIn URL as well, and I'll update that to show you now LinkedIn's back. When you hover over them, it has a nice effect, so you know which one you're actually going to click on. That comes with the theme already. To get back to the dashboard, you just click the X button in the upper left corner, and now we're back. We're going to go through customizing this theme a lot, so we'll touch on a lot of these aspects going forward. Plugins. Plugins is also a very important section, and as I said, we're going to uninstall some of these unnecessary plugins, and we'll do that in the next section. Plugins basically are almost like the apps that you have for your smartphone. They give your site more power and give it new features that it didn't have before. Next, we'll go down to users. Users is actually the other way that you could change your password. If you go to your users and then you hover over your name and you click edit, then it will take you to the section that we went up to here and went to edit my profile. It takes you to your profile section where you can edit your information. We're going to skip over tools for now, and then settings is also another very important section. In settings, we can change how our site looks. For example, it says at the top, when I hover over, it says My Practice Projects, just another WordPress site. Do you see that? My Practice Projects, just another WordPress site. Now if we go back over here, it says My Practice Projects is a site title, and just another WordPress site. This is the tagline. This is what will show up when you hover over where it says just another WordPress site. I'm going to change this to say learn to make a site. And if I go down, I can also change the date, the time zone, which is important. I'm going to do that now. I live in Eastern Standard Time, which is my UTC -5. I had to look that up, so if anybody else needs to, I suggest you do that for your own time zone. And when I get down here, I will click to save the changes. Now if we go back up, we can look. If we refresh this, it'll say My Practice Projects, learn to make a site. So it changed. You can make that whatever you want to do, make it related to your site, I suggest. And for now, that's just a brief overview of some of these tabs that are on the side of the dashboard. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, but realize that we're going to get more in detail on these as we go through the projects, making the actual sites better. Alright, thanks for viewing, guys.